Live at 3. Let's go climb a tree. I gotta show you this. First of all, this is my Black Knight right here. And the health is important on Black Knight because, you know, the pings from his passives or counterattacks, but they're not really counterattacks, are based off of 30% max health. Also, the ultimate. And then also in defense, he gets more max health, right? 50% max health always, and then a 40% on defense. And look at this. I believe this is Beta Ray Bills. Gear tier 19, 3 Diamond Black Knight. It's 800,000 power almost. 5.6 million health. Yikes! Oh my God. This is going to, I don't even know. I think I play against him sometimes in Alliance War, and that's not going to be fun, I imagine. Boy, this is real, man. This is a thing. All right. Hey, Scopely, could you release the character need for the event? And yeah, this is a hot topic right now. Can we actually get Cosmic Ghost Rider before the Hell and Back event ends? I don't know about you, but I kind of want to be able to use the whole team before the event ends tomorrow. They might change this, hopefully, if they see posts like this. I mean, I'm going to forward this to them as well. But part of me wonders if this is deliberate, because they have been incentivizing people to buy offers with these events, where if you buy the characters, then you can go further into the event and get further ahead. And that seems to be an incentive to people to buy. I'm not really sure. Now, we're going to talk about the compensation and the problem. You know, I thought this was kind of funny from the movie Liar Liar. How was that comp for you? I've had better. Yeah, I mean, I talked about this the other day, but I wanted to say how that this has led to a bad experience in general around the anniversary. And there's a really good post on Reddit about it. A generous free claim will only go to the web store next week for all players who did not claim any milestones during this issue. And that's just not true. It went to me, and then they made it right. And then they sent out an orb for compensation last night, and the orb wasn't even in the store. So it's just like, Scopely, gotta double check this stuff and make sure it works right. And there was an explanation, and I'll read this. It says, you know, Archangels were, I believe, talking to someone on Discord. Imagine using old tools on an old game, and you test something and passes the test, then it goes live and it doesn't work correctly even though it passed the test. Imagine what that feels like to the dev, who then has to second guess themselves, then redo the work and see if they made a mistake. Then imagine finding the tool can't do this or something else. You said it can be friendly, saying it's oversimplification, and I'm saying that we don't care. We don't care. We actually don't care. I don't know. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And if it inconveniences us and things are screwed up, we don't care why. We actually don't care. Oh, so they did fix the first issue, and this is one of 3 issues that I have with the bang for your buck. Is one is that they screwed up who got the events, and then immediately sent out an orb or compensation for a different issue, and we couldn't even open the orb. So there's like a problem with issuing out compensation. Now, I believe they got that sorted out. Like, I think that's fine. The second issue is I don't know if the amounts were correct. And the third issue is I don't feel like it addressed the Ultra Cores issue. And the reason why people are not really sure is because they can go on Reddit and read posts like this right here. I got all the bug milestones, and you know, they said they got all the compensation, and they ended up getting 630 G18 orbs and 33,000 G16 orbs and 33 million gold. You know, we see these posts, and then they have images and screenshots and things like that. And so this becomes an issue of, you know, being that they can't get the compensation right and they're sending out orbs. You know, are we going to believe them when they say, after reviewing the data, we found a small number of players were able to take advantage of this situation and claim rewards for multiple milestones. Some have speculated that this has compromised the game economy, and some players could equip Gear Tier 18 to many of their characters. We want to be clear that this has been greatly exaggerated, and this issue did not compromise the game economy regarding Gear Tier 18. This issue affected Armory 16 orbs, the amount of Armory 17 orbs, and was abundantly smaller. The amount of Armory 18 orb fragments claimed was minimal. The data shows the number of players who claimed the higher milestone multiple times was vastly lower than assumed. Now, I can only speak to my experience. This paragraph seems correct to me on what happened to me. I was online when this was happening, and the web store was not working. Once I discovered what was happening, I could not claim them fast enough, and they shut it down before I could get through all of them. Does that mean that 0 people claimed all of them? Probably not. But I'm going to say that even myself, who was online trying to claim these as quickly as possible, I wasn't able to. And also, I want to say that, a lot of people have said, well, they should recreate the bugs for people to do it if they want to do it. Well, I believe they're never going to do that, because if that happened, then it would have compromised the game economy and would have compromised Gear Tier 18. Now, my experience was exactly this, is that I got almost somewhere between 6,000 and 7,000 Armory 16 orbs. And that means largely for my account, not a lot, because I already have mostly 16s now. Now, if I had a newer account, this would have launched me perhaps into getting Dormammu, right? In Gear Tier 16. But the main thing about Armory 16 is that there's gold in them. And I got somewhere between 6 and 7 million gold. The amount of Armory 17 orbs was substantially smaller. I got minimal amount of 17s and even a less amount of 18s. And the data shows the number of players who claim higher milestones multiple times is vastly lower than I assumed. So it really comes down to whether or not we believe this to be true or not. It's kind of a trust me bro situation. And I know what happened for me, but then you go on Reddit and you read posts of people saying that they got all this stuff and compensation not being sent out correctly, not once, but then twice in the last week, doesn't create a lot of confidence in what they say. Now, the third issue, and I'm really hoping that they're going to resolve this. I know I have talked to them twice about this. I've already made a video about this, but this was a post that was in direct response to the issue with the free claim place. So this was a direct response to to Archangel, and I did share this with them. The bang for your buck should have been an extra paid milestone, so we could have bought ultra cores to get the rewards. What you allowed those exploited the bug to do is double dip. They could have purchased $100 worth of ultra cores, exploited the bug, and then used those ultra cores on whatever they wanted. Now, you are offering arguable less in the store per dollar, and we can't double dip like the original exploiters did. I like to call them opportunists, but it's the same thing. I think I know what they're meaning. The offers are shit for a late in gamer. This is true. But if it was additional rewards on top of purchasing ultra cores, that changes the equation dramatically. And I feel the same way. Like when I look at that $10 offer and that $5 offer, I'm not saying that the items in there are worth $0. I'm saying they're not worth $10 and $5. I'm looking at it as like, what does that really mean to me? But if that offer contained $10 worth of ultra cores and $5 worth of ultra cores, then the compensation or the items in that offer would seem like a bonus, right? The offers are shit for late in gamer. If there's additional rewards on top of purchasing ultra cores, that changes the equation dramatically. If the web couldn't have handled a different milestone per person, they could have had the store ultra cores apply in in-game milestone. The ones that exploited would have already had the milestones completed. The way this was submitted extremely poor, and on top of it, couldn't even do the free comp right. So, for me, I shared with them the importance of the $10 offers having $10 worth of ultra cores. We'll see what they do, but that's for me, that feels like to be the big problem, is that I spent $50 and then I got $50 worth of ultra cores, and I collected all those milestones with all those Gear Tier 16 and catalysts and all that stuff in there, right? And then I still was left with $50 worth of ultra cores that I could buy the battle pass with. And I think I was able to double dip. And so to me, this is very much a black and white issue. Like, of the three issues, there's the compensation going to the wrong people. They've rectified that. The two is it enough compensation? Well, that's not knowable given what information we have. I have my personal experience. We have what they told us, and we have what other people are saying on Reddit, what they got, right? I don't know. And the third issue is the people that were able to exploit and opportunists, they were able to double dip with the Ultra Cores. So they've got to fix that because that's just the right thing to do, in my opinion. And I just want to let you know that it's not just me, but it's the player's voice, it's Reddit, it's Discord, it's everything. It's other envoys are all saying similar things. And hopefully they get this straightened out. Now, this is the reason why it's important to me. This anniversary event sucks. And I don't think that they're speaking exactly to the anniversary event, because if I compare this year's anniversary event compared to last year's anniversary event, it's a lot better. I like it. But, and that's what this post goes into, the things have been going well in the game for the last couple of months. I agree. So I was honestly kind of excited for the anniversary event. Thought we could get some cool stuff tossed our way, maybe a fun event, decent gold to help level a few characters, that kind of thing. I guess I figured this would be a feel-good couple of weeks. Fair assumption. But holy shit, this entire anniversary event sucks. I was feeling good about playing the game. I was honestly going to go buy one of the battle passes to support developers and hopefully finish my push to complete Dark Dimension 6. Instead, we got whatever the hell's been going on the past couple of weeks. Cosmic Ghost Rider still isn't released, so we're unable to complete his event without having to spend money. The whole web store fiasco, ridiculously underwhelming compensation, releasing part of the makeup compensation as in-game purchases without really understanding what the crux of the issue was. Here you go, just give us money. Receiving an orb in game mail, and the orb is no longer available in the stores. One thing after another, and any good feelings I've had for the anniversary are now evaporated. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I mean, I'm still logging in. I click my sim buttons. But that moment of me being genuinely excited about the game is gone because of one of the ridiculous issue after another. And that's kind of sad. Yeah. All right, we're going to get to some other stuff. Daylight savings time. First of all, I hate daylight savings time. Why can't we do what Arizona does? Now, Gnomes is a person in my chat, and he had a good take because he compares what happens in Galaxy of Heroes. I think they really need to implement a system in Marvel Strike Force similar to Galaxy of Heroes regarding changing your in-game clock and allow players to be more selective when they want payouts, free energy. Daylight savings, those who experience it, is a massive complaint here in the community, and this would be a massive help. I tried contacting customer support because you can change it once a year, but I had no luck with them actually helping. The questions they asked me were my current location and the new format of the tomes I wanted. After I did my research about time zone, I told in the wrong time zone. They probably told me that I was already in that time zone. This is the second representative. I also have 3 different reps during my entire support ticket I submitted. And they told me to provide a different time zone, which I did. And the last rep to comment and close my ticket said, sharing a piece of good news. I've now updated your time zone to reflect your current location. Why in the world would I want to change my time zone to my current location when it was already set to that? Makes zero sense. Really, to upgrade their support system, I've always had a negative experience with it personally. And this is very different than the way it works in Galaxy of Heroes. You're actually able to select that. How is Cosmic Crucible matchmaking done? All right, I just want to explain it very quickly. If you win, you get bumped up. If you lose, you get bumped down. There's no elo. There's no looking at collection powers or anything like that. So, excluding like the top 100 largest players in the game, if you're really, really good at Cosmic Crucible and you're playing it correctly, you're going to have massive, massive, massive punch-ups. It's just, if you're good, you should be at the very bottom for collection power, and everybody should be bigger than you. Now, where I think a lot of the problems happens is that there are players in the game that don't care about Cosmic Crucible, and they have very large accounts, and they may set a horrible defense up and then maybe attack, maybe they forget to attack, but week over week, they're not climbing. They're actually dropping because they're losing more than winning, either because they don't log in, they don't attack, or whatever, and they keep dropping. And if you keep winning, you might get matched up against them. And you're going to go in there and you're going to see their monstrous defense and go, what is going on? Maybe they just never attack. Maybe they don't care. Maybe some weeks they do, some weeks they don't. And it's the players that don't care about Cosmic Crucible and then that have large accounts, they're dropping and you're going up if you're playing well. And so it's really a function of climbing as high as you possibly can, maintain a 50% win rate. If you can, you know, you're in a good place when you're winning as many as you're losing at the maximum amounts of punch-ups possible, because that's how the season payouts work. And so complaining about collection powers, unfair matchups, all that means is that you've done something right. And that's just how the matchmaking working, because it doesn't account for anything. It's just you moving up and you moving down. It's all done. All right, let's move on. Not a very smart man. Spent a lot of time on this game, which in itself means I'm probably not very smart. But just in game type playing 2 accounts, I also lead an alliance and captain on one of the raid teams. On top of that, I consume a lot of media requiring the game either on Discord or YouTube, Twitch. Now, point of this post, I want to say I am enjoying the current Crucible. See, ooh, why are you on Reddit? Reddit is just for complainers. How dare you come to Reddit and say something positive? I haven't been having a good time at Cosmic Crucible myself. I like it. I actually love this game, and I just, it's good. And also I want to say that these bugs drive me crazy because I don't think they're good for the overall health of the game. Like, I like this game. I want the game to thrive. And yeah, I can make a video about the bugs and get some views, but that's very short-sighted. At the end of the day, I want new people to come to the game and have a good time like I have, and have a community that grows and have more people watching on YouTube, more Twitch. I mean, I don't want the game to fall apart. I feel like my interests are aligned with theirs. And the fact of the matter is, like, one of the things they're getting right now for me is Cosmic Crucible, and I agree with this post. I like the variety that it brings. I enjoy solving puzzles 3 times a week. However, I'm not very good at it. I think it's great how much theory crafting is possible. I'm just not able to keep up with the top-end players who dream up these crazy combinations. And that's why I watch so many videos refer to various counter spreadsheets that are available. Helps me get through through things week in and week out. However, just simply mean I'm a week behind on strats, which are changing so frequently, like with the season. But I still enjoy it. I'm in the same place, man. I'm about as sweaty as a player as you can get, but even I would have a little chance of staying anywhere near the top of these PvP modes with all the various content creators out there. Huge shout out to them for putting out that info. It's much appreciated. I love Cosmic Crucible. And yeah, it's and what they've done to the game mode to make it more, by making it less restrictive, has created, and less perspective has created more variety, and I'm seeing different teams almost every round, and I that makes it fun for me. Also worth noting, Big Time Spider-Man was added to the raid store, and he is now in not only the raid store but the raid orb. So Big Time Spider-Man is no longer in the raid season rewards. They've moved away from that, and my understanding is that they are not currently going to be putting a different character or new character there. So Big Time Spider-Man's now in the raid store. Nova or Nightcrawler for Osmium, and for me, the answer is Nightcrawler. And the Reddit, I love this when Reddit gives answers. Nova is niche. If you prioritize war, then upgrade. Nightcrawler is the best mutant raid team. If you prioritize raids, then upgrade Nightcrawler. And I gotta say, there's 2 characters that are kind of like this right now. I mean, for me, you know, yes, Super Skrull, Apocalypse, Black Knight are the 3 best characters in the game. But if I look at Nightcrawler and Void Knight, you can use Nightcrawler in the arena. You can use Void Knight in the arena. Both of those characters are very good in raids, and they're insanely plug and play, and I get a ton of use out of both of them in Crucible and War. And I believe Nightcrawler and Void Knight are the 2 characters right now that get use in all 4 game modes. I'm not saying that they're better than Super Skrull, Apocalypse, or Black Knight, but yeah, Nightcrawler over Nova all day long. Tiebreakers. Yeah, I feel like this always comes up. Seriously, there needs to be a better way to determine tiebreakers. 2nd week in a row, I lost 3rd round in a Crucible week due to a tie. Get the tiebreakers can happen. Actually, that's the part I don't get. But leaving it up to as their higher TCP is ridiculous. It can be left a chance the player might have spent more money or have resources, they would be the winner. Well, they're not going to incentivize sandbagging or a player having a smaller roster, or, you know, someone just say, oh, I'm not going to upgrade my teams. I'm not going to upgrade my roster so that way I can win tiebreaker. But so that's really, it's still at the end of the day Scopely's fault that it's this way. The point is there shouldn't be ties. They should have a more elaborate system to prevent ties from ever happening. So that way, in the super rare chance there is a tie, then it can be left to this absurd method that it just goes to the higher collection power. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. How do you spend excess energy? And you might want to screenshot this, but this person here is suggesting gold and trading mirror orbs is where energy goes. And these are the nodes where gold orbs are and where training orbs are. And then lastly, there's an offer in the store and in game. And some people are getting this, some people are not getting this, but you get 50 Weaver. Most people don't need Weaver, but if you do need Weaver, normally I would say you get 50 Weaver shards for $5, but it also has 8 of the uniques, which for some people might be buying this just for the nukes. All right. What do you think all about this? Hopefully we get a resolution to this compensation. Hopefully we don't get bugs. Hopefully we get less bugs. I mean, I would prefer that the game is not weird and we have less bugs. Let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Bye for now.
Progress, good things go slow. I'm no saint.